Welcome back to Fireside Bourbon, and we are going to do a review. I ran down to Spirits of French Lick yesterday and was looking for the wheated bourbon, the Whiskey Witch, which they did not have. I was hoping they would, but I got lucky and ran into the Charles E. Ballard, and I got their Barrel Series Private Reserve. This is not a store pick. It is an Indiana straight corn whiskey. This is barrel number 625. It's coming in at 106.8 proof, and it's aged 6.5 years. It's a straight corn whiskey, and it had the mash bill listed as 90% corn, 10% malted or chocolate malt barley. But on this bottle, they actually put the chocolate malt first and the corn second. So I'm not sure the reason for that, because they still have it identified as an Indiana straight corn whiskey. To be a straight corn whiskey, it has to be 80% corn. Okay. It also has to be aged in uncharred oak or used charred oak. That's probably what this has been in. Anyway, let's get this thing opened up, and we're going to get us a fresh crack here on this. Pop that off of there. And I didn't bring the knife, so let me see if I can get that to cut with the thumbnail. There we go. See what we get here. Got a dump right there. Wow. Very nice. Very nice. Real cork. Very nice. Pop there. Definitely was sealed nice and tight. Let's get this in the glass. And as this is getting a chance to air a minute, we're going to, wow, corn aroma, just that strong, that powerful, coming out there. Smells great. It's so sweet right here. Okay, so briefly, in the process of malting, there's some things you can do. Let's just start with the process first. The first step to the process is steeping, or the soaking, which activates the enzymes and begins the germination process, which is the second step, also known as sprouting. Okay, and then the third step is the kilning. Now this can be broken down in two steps, which we'll see. The regular, to stop the sprouting process, you apply heat to the germination process, to the grain as it's sprouting, and as you do that, it will stop the sprouting process. It halts it. Okay, then you do that for a period of time at a certain temperature, and this will give you a light toast. It's called a light kilning. Okay, to get a chocolate malt, what you want to do is you want to apply greater heat for a greater period of time, and then what it turns is it takes it from what's called the original lightly toasted is a green malt. It actually takes it to a chocolate malt, which is a deep brown that looks like chocolate, where it gets its name. It also, though, develops flavors from this. And one thing we find is with the chocolate malt, it actually gives us not only the color, a chocolate color, but also flavor notes of chocolate notes. So there's a double purpose in that. Okay, so that's why there's two steps in that third step. You can either just stop it, leave it at a green malt, or you can then re-kiln higher in temperature, longer time period, and get the chocolate malt out of it. Now, in the steeping process, this is normally done by soaking the grain for 2 to 3 days. Okay, it allows it to absorb the moisture in. It allows the enzymes to become active, and it will begin then the process of germination, or initiating the germination process. During germination, which is that second step, it will be done by spreading it out on a floor or in a germination chamber, and it is then turned over or aerated for 4 to 5 days. Okay, and that allows those enzymes to really develop there, which become very important, because that's producing the sugars that is needed for the distillation process and to bring forth our alcohol or our distillate that we want to receive from it. Then that third step, the kilning, like I said, I've already went into a little detail. You get the green malt, you do a light toast or a light roast on it, or you can take it to a further step, which is to put it into a higher heat longer period of time and develop that into a chocolate malt or that deep brown coated exterior. When you do this process, you take that moisture down to around 3 to 5%. It really depletes it of its moisture, which is why it stops the sprouting and develops the flavor profile that it does and the benefits that we get out of it. So that's the process on that. Let's get this thing on the nose. Let's get a taste of it. Okay, so here we've got this Charles E. Ballard. It's Indiana straight corn whiskey, chocolate malted barley, and corn. Got nice viscosity here. Very oily. Let's get this thing on the nose. Oh, wow, just pulling it straight up here. Just so much overwhelmed. This chocolate corn. It's a caramelized, chocolate caramelized corn. Wow, that is just wonderful. So sweet. You got a buttery, like a buttery popcorn coming off of that. Chocolate caramelized corn. Wow, that is just dynamic. Well, that's just beautiful. Cheers. Let's get this on the palate. Chocolate through and through. That's a freaking chocolate bar in your mouth. A little malt is very prevalent. Corn is very prevalent. It's very sweet. Very bourbon-esque. Makes you wonder if it's been in definitely in a actual bourbon barrel. Pulling bourbon notes out of it. Great mouthfeel. Very oily. Lots of corn. Definitely getting that corn. Very buttery. Lots of that chocolate malt really popping through. And then on the finish, you're pulling in some baking spice, some nutmeg, some cinnamon. Nothing real hot, nothing real spicy. Very comfortable sipper. But I am getting some espresso note, some deep, rich coffee note coming off, which I tend to do with chocolate malt. So that doesn't surprise me. Very nice, very, very strong coffee note right there. I just got beautiful, beautiful finish there. It's a medium finish, good medium bodied. A lot of cocoa. I want to say cocoa because of the espresso mixing in with that chocolate. It's adding with the sweet note that's coming predominantly up front. It then becomes more on this finish of more of a little bitter chocolate, darker chocolate, a little honey coming through. And you can get some of the barrel in there also, a little wood coming out. Very nice. Let's give this thing a rating. It's not extremely complex, but it's very nice. It's very enjoyable. We are going to give this here, we'll go with 3.9 out of 5 on this. Remember, I'm only here looking for the next great chocolate malted corn whiskey.